is waking up and we are the change. And change is coming whether you like it or not. So are we going to be the change?
I'm Jess Hewitt and I'm a part of YEA and identify with Extinction Rebellion.
My name's Lola Bell and I'm a part of Illawarra Climate Justice Alliance and Australian Youth Climate Coalition, AYCC.
We're all gathered here today to encourage council to take immediate action on climate change.
We're specifically protesting the emission reduction targets that came out a couple of weeks ago at a council meeting where they were meant to talk about 3 years of science and deliberation behind it, and they pushed it again to November. And so now Wollongong actually, even though we've declared a climate emergency, don't have any emission reduction targets. What came out of that meeting was net zero carbon emissions by 2050, which with the most recent science isn't enough to prevent catastrophic climate change. So we want them to, first of all, commit to emission reduction targets, and second of all, make it net zero carbon emissions by 2030.
We'd like them to set emission targets that would actually divert climate change. The effects of climate change, because we're a coastal area and it will affect us the most.
Listen to what we are demanding. It is so annoying. It is infuriating because this is my future. This is, if they get to have a future, so do we.
Our group, Illawarra Climate Justice Alliance, has had meetings with councillors, and we've talked about many different strategies that we can put in place to make sure that council would be really staying true to what we hope that they will commit to, like reporting it in their quarterly updates, like what they're doing, how far along they are with it, so that we can really put pressure on them if they're not doing it right, and also have a board of experts and citizens and scholars and university teachers to sort of help them and give them enough, just the encouragement to really continue to stop climate change. The idea that protesting doesn't work is just sort of unbelievable to me, because we are under a democracy, and if people come out and they use their right to protest and their right to argue against what's being done, then how can that not work if that's what our democracy is based on? Obviously, council doesn't have power over every single sector in Wollongong, and at that meeting they showed a pie graph of the emissions, like where emissions come from, and 5% of that was from waste. And so council has a direct influence over waste, and they have said that they are going to do more to make sure that, like, building, like, it's FOGO, where like you catch the emissions from food waste, and they're also like encouraging people to put more pressure onto wasting less food, which is a big contributor to climate change. It's also transport. I think they have a lot of power over. Probably more investment into electric, solar power, all that sort of stuff with transport.
This is what democracy looks like!
But the point is that you can't really hide from it anymore. There's not really any choice not to implement anymore. Like, it's getting to a point where there's no way out. Like, we can't, even if it might be hard, we can't say no. We just have to get on with it and really put change into the way that we live until we know that it will be safe for our future generations to live.
Leave the carbon in the ground! Strike! Occupy! Shut it down!
Leave the carbon in the ground!
Strike! Occupy! Shut it down!